What's going on? How you guys doing? I see we got Nicole here. Good evening. Andy, good evening. Lynn, welcome, welcome, welcome. Thanks for stopping by. Hey, Val. How you doing? Hope everybody is doing well. Not gonna lie, today's gonna be a weird, crazy show. I've been up since 4 a.m. So hopefully my internet holds out. Let me know. I didn't even put my mic down. See, I knew that too. Oh, there we go. Well, that's not good. Mr. Minkster, welcome. How you doing, Ryan? Oh no, Restream's not going through YouTube. Oh, there it goes. Sorry for all the noise, guys. Wake up. Sorry. How is everybody? Hope everyone is doing well. I just said that. I know. It's going to be a crazy show. I'm telling you. I've been up since 4. Why? I have no clue. Tired. Very tired. You're eating pizza now? That's not nice. I told you before, Missy, it's that getting out of bed to go home that takes it out of you. Yeah, I know, right? I'm telling you. It's nice to see you, Lynn. How you doing? I'm still trying to figure out the mic. What are you going to do? Yeah, so it's a crazy, the show's going to be weird. Well, see, I'm glad I'm not the only tired person. I'm so tired that I was sitting here like this, and I'm like, I thought a wing of my hair was up, so I'm sitting there pushing on it, and then I realized, well, other way, it's my pillow. It wasn't my hair at all. So this is how tired I am. Pizza with onions, salami, and garlic. I don't know about the salami part. I mean, I love salami, but I don't know. Hey, Christina, how you doing? So if this show goes a little crazy, you know why. It's going to be all over the place. We're definitely talking about personal power. Yeah, right? That's right. See, Lynn, you'll fit in perfectly here. Just share your damn pizza, Nicole. Oh, Ryan, that's not good. I mean, it's a good. What game did you find? For everybody that's new here, Mr. Minkster is my son, Ryan. And that's what we do together. We game together. So, yeah, it's going to be all over. We're definitely talking about personal power. There's so much. I guess I get angry, and I got to figure out why. um, because of the fact that I see a lot of my friends in such negativity, and I'm not preaching. You got to do it. Um, we don't talk about Mr. Minkster's age. It makes me feel old. Okay. No, but um, I'm not judging the anger or the negativity. Well, I should judge my anger, but um, I just I feel bad, and I don't know how to articulate into words how strong everybody really is, if that makes sense. Like, I want everybody to be happy. I mean, it's hard to do in times like this, right? No doubt. But I want everybody to be happy in their own little worlds, in their have peace of mind. Yeah, that's right. I am only 21. Thank you, Shimmer, for the share out. I appreciate that. So it's when, like, today's going to jump around. I can already tell because, like I said, I'm just tired. So, but I want you guys to know how strong you are and how much power everyone has. And just how, I don't know. See, again, it's hard for me to articulate what I want to say to you guys because I love you guys. And I want you guys to feel empowered. I want you guys to feel that confidence. And I know that's hard when you don't feel that confidence. Do you know what I'm saying? I've lived it. Nobody's chatting. Did my Wi Fi go out? See, this is why I put the heist button on my chat because so at least I know you guys, you know. But so therefore that's why I want to do these series is, you know, I want you guys to be confident. Are you feeling it now, Mr. Krabs? Yeah, I'm forever feeling confident in my life. That's right. So let's just go ahead and read what I wrote down. And I get my information, what resonates with me. I'm only on my journey, right? So if it resonates with you, that's freaking cool. If not, you know, obviously that's not your journey. Or um it is hard, Lynn. Not gonna lie. I did it for many, 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 many years. Nicole is already complaining I'm full of shit and overconfident just because I put that video on Facebook. You should be confident. That was a beautiful song. Or a beautiful melody, I should say. But you're right, Lynn. It is hard. Um, and I guess that's why if it was like a thing where I woke up and was like, well, if I can do this, anybody can do this. You know what I mean? And, and that's what I want you guys to feel that, you know what? I want you to get mad and say, I'm just like I did. Most of you guys know the story of what turned me around. Just was one day I got pissed. I slapped my hand on the table and I said, I'm sick of living like this. And that started my journey. I was sick of feeling fearful. Blah, blah, blah. It's going to be a great day. I was sick of feeling fearful about anything that I did in my life. So what did I do? I pushed myself to make this YouTube channel. I've only been here 3 years doing videos, or doing lives, I should say, and videos. But because I stepped out of that comfort zone, you know, and I want you guys to step out of your comfort zone. And some of that, not, you know, obviously you can tell, hey, sweet morbidly bear, how are you, hon? Welcome. Um, as you notice, Chaos is not here. Chaos is working today, so he's not here with me today. But uh, Andy said, getting angry about one's problems can be a great motivator, so long as you don't let the anger take control of everything else. Exactly. I know, Mr. Minkster. You gotta motivate yourself to get into YouTube. Hey, Freaky Geek. How are you? So, yeah. So, I get my information and what resonates for me from a whole bunch of different things. Um, you know, it's kind of like my information that I look up. Every time I think I figured something out, something new will pop up, and I'll be like, oh, okay, that makes sense. That's why I love doing the lives with you guys because something you guys say trigger something, and I'm like, oh yeah, let me go search that up. I didn't think of it that way. Yeah, Nicole, that's where you learn though, right? She said, "Oh, I stepped out of my comfort zones quite time some time ago. Scary, but sometimes needed." Definitely, that's where you learn. That's where you've learned. Freaky geek. I don't get into YouTube as I can't fit through the wires. Hey, you know what? I'm fitting through the wires, so therefore you can. But alas, Freaky Geek will not come up on panel at all. It's bullshit. So, like I said, I get my information from everywhere on the web to where I read books, what resonates with me, like what we're supposed to do, whatever resonates, right? So, um, oh, thank you. Thank you. Says Shadow, your energy is so freaking lovely. Gives me smiley eyes like the crater is beaming out of them. Thank you so much. That not see because I'm so tired, you're gonna make me want to cry. That's sweet of you, really. It is. I thank you. Um, so let's get right down to it, right? Somewhere in the development of the ego, for many of you, but not all of you, when you've been faced with challenges that weren't meant to strengthen, you were faced with challenges that were meant to strengthen you, but they were misconstrued into being fears that threaten you, right? So, at the first time that happened in your life is when the obstacles began and illusion began to form. Prior to that time, your soul's incarcerated in the earth as your mastery. So, hey, Spitfire, welcome, welcome. So, let me give you an analogy because through a lot of analogies, that's where I've learned because, people have to dumb things down for me sometimes. Easily distracted. Um, because even though I get mostly what people say, it's kind of like what I've said before with quantum physics. When somebody's telling me about quantum physics, I understand it. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, right there with you, right there with you. As soon as I stop watching that video or stop reading that book or whatnot, gone. And to try to explain to you what yeah, no, forget it, right? So, um, nice, 1111. So I use a lot of analogies, and when I read analogies, I definitely love it because I'm like, I get that. Depends on how many silly bubbles in the topic at hand. Yeah. So let me give you an analogy about how the ego works to keep you from claiming your personal power, right? Let us say, and I will be putting the links in the show notes. I haven't done it all, but where you can get this information from and see it. I haven't done it yet, but I will. Um, you have a mother and daughter, so right. The daughter decides that she feel more comfortable with a gun in the house. because there have been break-ins in the neighborhood. Thank you, Nicole, for the ice cream. And, oh crap, where'd my go? Okay. So there's been break-ins and she's a little fearful, so she wants to buy herself a little fancy pistol. And she does, right? So she's very impressed with it, feels that confidence of, okay, I feel better. Um, and she's very proud of it. Well, at this point, she has not really put bullets in it yet, right? She has not felt the power that she has in her hands. But she's toying with the idea. She has the bullets in a little box and they're in the bag with the gun. So she comes home and her mother is there and she's like, "Mom, look, I bought this gun so that we'll feel safe and we can protect ourselves." And the mother looks at the gun with wide eyes and looks back at the daughter and says, "Are you sure you can handle that? Are you sure that you know how to shoot? Or are you sure that you're not going to accidentally kill someone with that?" Suddenly, the daughter's reality begins to shift. She starts questioning her own power. She starts questioning whether she really can handle that gun. And right then and there, she certainly decides she's not putting any bullets in it. So she keeps this gun around for a few days without the bullets in it. Every once in a while, she picks it up and she, plays around with it. But there's a little bit of a sick feeling in her, like, stomach, her solar plexus, right? There's a little voice that says, "Are you sure that this was the right decision?" So one day she goes to the kitchen and her mother is standing there and she says, "Mom, I know that you took shooting classes when you were young, and I know you feel comfortable around the gun. So I'd like to give you this gun, and I would like you to use this gun if we ever have an intruder. I would like you to have it just because I don't feel that I really have the knowledge it takes, nor the confidence it takes to carry this weapon." So the mother takes the gun, puts the bullets in it, and puts it in a drawer. For a few days, the daughter feels quite secure, but then once in a while, she keeps eyeing that drawer, knowing what is in the drawer, and knowing that the gun is in there. This power that is now out of her hands because she's too afraid to use it. Day after day, she checks on that gun to make sure it's still there. One day, it's not in the drawer. In that day, she begins to get worried. She begins to harbor fantasies that her mother has taken the gun and hidden it so she wouldn't she so if she ever needs it, she won't be able to find it. Therefore, the symbol of power that she has chosen to give away is now hidden and she doesn't know where to find it. Right? So she's given that power away. It's little things in our life that we give that power to, that we don't even realize it. Something like that. Now, it don't have to be a gun, obviously, right? You can see, there's a lot of different endings to the story, but you could say if there is ever an ending. However, as long as the daughter worries about the mother's motivation with her symbol of power, and as long as the daughter does not ask for the gun back, she will leave her security, her confidence, and her personal power in the hands of another. As each and every one of you are growing up, especially women and little girls, you're taught that power is a dangerous thing. Are we not all taught that? Maybe not straight up saying, "Hey, power is a, dangerous thing," but we learn that. And that if you have power, you better darn know what to do with that. Otherwise, you do not ever ask for it. So you grow up and you go out into the world and you suddenly realize that all of the weapons or tools, whichever way you want to look at it, with that were symbols of your own power, your own confidence, your own strength are not present with you anymore. You open the toolbox and it's empty, right? The reason for this is because you've given it to other people to wield for you. Exactly, Nicole. People can make you doubt or rethink your own opinions. I'm just using that as an excuse. I know, yeah, or not an excuse, but as an example. I'm not a gun person myself, but I don't, to each your own. Um, but this is what humankind is facing now. Not only are you trying to get your power back, but more importantly, in the first step, you're trying to find where you put it. And that's why I say all the time, look inside yourself. Really go deep down inside yourself and look for where you gave your power away. Because if you have no idea where it is and why you gave it away to begin with, how can you ever seek it to claim it back? So mastering your personal power, first and foremost, is recognizing what is it that caused you to give it away in the first place? Was it fear? Was it self-hatred? What was it? Only then can you understand that the answer will come to you. Something is only a weapon if you use it as such. True. Very true. That's from Freaky Geek. Andy said trouble is more and more. We give your power away and let people like politicians and media make all our decisions for us. Yes. Agree. Nicole says I have doubted myself for so long, my opinions from others. Now I rethink those opinions and conclude mine are is important as well. Very true. Good for you, Nicole. It's kind of like when I told you guys about how I got told, well, you when I was younger, that you look through the world through rose-colored glasses. You shouldn't do that. That in turn made me feel like, why do I do that? Is that wrong? Right there took my power away. Took a piece of me and made me question for years, why do I look at everything with rose-colored glasses? Why can't I see the negativity? Why can't I see, do I feel negativity? Yes, very much so. But I take everything with a grain of salt, right? So therefore, when they told me you need to stop looking at life through rose-colored glasses, no, that's how I look at life. And I've always believed that the universe will fulfill what I need and it's me. It's me fulfilling my own destiny. So therefore, somebody saying you look through the world through rose colored glasses, so what? It's my life, not yours. Do you know what I mean? Run! Lynn said, I never had it. I have to find some. Your beliefs, hon, if that's what you're talking about, maybe uh, when it comes to your beliefs, don't let anybody change your core beliefs, your core thoughts. It's kind of like if you believe in somebody or something and somebody says, "Oh, that's wrong." It's not wrong. It's the way you think about things. It's not their life, it's your life. If that's the way you think about things, then think about them. It's your right. Hey, Just Jim, how you doing, hon? Exactly. Andy said, Lynn, we all have the same amount of power. You don't need to find it. You need to realize that you have it all along. Yep, exactly. Good analogy, Andy. That's exactly it. He says, wish my glasses were rose colored, then it'd be all red and pink would clash with the colors I like. Right? Sweetie. Yep. Look at the world in a positive. I always have. But see, I was always told that's wrong and that's, you know, what led to um my depression, my anxiety. And I'm not saying, that I'm totally cured or anything like that. Don't get me wrong. I've stated all along that yes, I still have depression and anxiety, but I don't fight it. Do you know what I mean? I acknowledge it's a part of me. And in doing that and in acknowledging that depression and anxiety is a part of me, I really haven't had episodes. Once in a great while, but not like, I used to. Right, Nicole? I could that is so screwed up. Shake that. Thank you, Ron, for the gifts of sub. Did you notice I stuttered there? Sub. I think I was trying to go with the, the beat. Thank you, Ron. It's different, all right. It was all messed up. My codes are all messed up. What can I say? Sweet Mobley Bear says, I feel like I was always the negative type who loved to tell us the world. Oh, I feel like it was always the negative type who would love to tell us the world's not all lollipops and rainbow. But my goodness, like we don't know that exactly. That's why it's so hard for me to articulate what. Like I know what I want to say. Like I want you guys to all be empowered. You know what I mean? You get it because I know you're on that spiritual journey as well. But I want everybody to be empowered and know that they do mean something to the world. You know what I mean? And but it's hard for me because I know everybody's on their own journey, right? All I can do is tell what's resonated with me and everything like that. I know I just answered my own question, but anyway, um, but it's hard for me to, like I said, just if you're not on your, if you're not on the same, not everybody's on the same journey, but if you're not in the same wavelength, I guess it won't resonate with you. So therefore, you know, I don't know what the hell I'm saying. I'm too tired. Sorry, guys. You know what I mean, though. Hopefully, these guys get it. They know how I am. Exactly, Andy. Yes. How many people worry like hell about how they're gonna travel over the mountain that's been thrown up in their path, rather than thinking, okay, I'll walk around it. And that's exactly it. We all are a unique piece of this grand cosmic puzzle. You are so right, Bear. You are so right. Oh, Bear, Restream is just a bot. Well, don't, sorry. Don't let me say that because Andy will yell at me. Union. Sweep, if you look past Restream bot, you'll see a name like it says Restream bot Ron Weasley. That's Ron over there. It's just a bot to let me, because I'm in different channels. So it all brings it to one. No, it's okay. Everybody does it. Everybody does it. Believe me. That's true, Freaky Geek. Thank you for saying that. Yeah. Freaky Geek says may not be on the same journey, but we could be riding in the same boat. I know, Andy, I saw that. Came so close to going out on strike there, Missy. I know. As soon as it came out of my mouth, I was like, uh-oh, Andy's going to yell at me because I dissed Restream Bot. That's not stupid, Nicole. She says it might sound stupid, but I write one positive word every day and look at it. That is not stupid at all. At all. Many people do that. I should do that. It's like I used to tell you guys that I told you guys before that I used to think affirmations were stupid, that they didn't. But here I am, looking at affirmations, thinking about affirmations every day. Right, Ron? Ron says, I don't know what path I'm on. Shadows hasn't scolded me in a while. I know, right? I know. You guys are missing the tarot readings. Some of us have to fight for BLM. Bots Lives Matter. That's right. Same. Ron, thank you so much for the Ninja Guinea. Oh my God. Thank you, Ron. Love you. Thank you. You have to look at the word to make sure you spelled it right. Yeah, that's true. That is true. Hey, Mo. Eddie's not here today. He's working. The bum. It's just me, guys. It's just me today. What can I say? So, in leading to going back to the rose-colored glasses things, for that little thing, right? It made me look at, which is weird, but it came back to because I'm not so much meditated, but just thinking and going inside myself, figuring out feelings and emotions and stuff like that. Um, it came to I came to realize of why I couldn't accept a compliment or a gift from anyone because of the fact that I always stigmatized it with, why are you doing that? What do you want from me? All stems back from just somebody telling me you look at the world through rose colored glasses. It's weird what you find out about yourself, right? And in which cases, I mean, I'm still like that. And certain people, you're like that. But because of the fact that I sat there and that person said that one word to me, or that one sentence to me, it was as if I said, okay, then gifts and compliments are bad. Which is weird. And I still have a problem with it, and I'm working on it. I'm still, I'm on my journey. Like I said the other day, I'm learning right along with you guys, right? So, let's say once you discover why you giving it away, then you look at who has it, and you may find different answers. Your government may have it, your religion may have it, your husband or wife may have it, your society might have it, your teachers might have it, right? In fact, anyone and everyone may have it other than you. When you begin to see whom you have given your power and why, you will learn a tremendous amount about yourself. And I would suggest before you even seek to gain personal power, first discover where you put it. What have I missed? I don't go inside myself. Some of my best healing has come from exiting myself and just floating around in space for a few hours. Yeah, exactly. Whatever it takes. I mean, Andy, we know. we get you. But not all of us can do that. And he's like, I can see him there at the computer right now going, oh, Missy, but you can. Right. Yeah. Nicole says, me too, Missy. Compliments are like, what's behind it? Why do you need, yeah. What do you need in return? Definitely. Ron's ordering people to get him coffees. Yeah, I love giving gifts. I love giving gifts. That's right. 333. Definitely. New beginnings. Love new beginnings. Yeah, kind of like what's in the fine print. Yep. And the reason I say first discover where you put, you know what I mean? Before you seek personal power, discover where you put it. If you don't realize where you put it, how are you going to recognize it? And if you can't recognize it, then you can't claim it, right? Once in a while, I tell you, I'd say at least once a week, I say that little thing that says, I call back the fragments of my life that need to be with me. Whatever's out in the universe, come back to me. And it helps. It'll show itself. It'll show itself in your life if you look for the little signs. Just like we talked about synchronicity. If you look for those signs, you'll get them. And it's like a little string that you have to kind of pull and go through. Something's going on. I'm getting like, I don't know, dizzy. Not dizzy, but it's very weird. Anyway, and of course, each of you, all of us, will do this differently because we do it in a different way. That's why I said mine's like a little string that I got to pull and figure out where the hell leads to. I'm doing good, Mo. How are you? Welcome, welcome. Yep, exactly. Listen to Bear, Lynn. Yep. She has, what if my power was taken by someone who has passed away? Cut those ties. For you, you could, if you want, I told somebody had that same kind of thing going on. And I said, imagine a string that goes to that person that passed away. Cut that string. Might work for you, might not. Depends on your beliefs and what you know what I mean? We have a lot of great people. If you have questions, go ahead and ask because let me tell you, there's a lot of great people in this chat room that'll help you out if I don't see it or whatnot. Thank you, Andy. Yep, yep, exactly. Um, like I said, I can give you techniques, but each person, you're going to go along, you're on your own path, differently. However, we absolutely guarantee that you'll discover who you've given the power to and why. You'll be over the hill, you'll be at the top of the hill, and then the rest will be downhill. So, the analogy I gave you at the beginning, is kind of like shows you where you can be stuck at or how you can be stuck by little things, right? And let me tell you, these little things, that's a little bit bigger one of giving your personal power, but like there's little ones that you don't even realize you do it. And once you start recognizing you do it, it's saying yes when you want to say no. It's saying, can you do this? And you're like, yeah, I can do that. When you're like, why did I do that? I don't want to do that. You know what I mean? It's stuff like that. And we'll get into that more. Um, Let me see. Like I said, it's going to be all over here. All right. Hold on one second. I'm trying to go through my notes. I'm sorry, guys. I can understand that, Lynn. But yeah, try different techniques. Try, like I said, cutting the cord. Try living in the now. Hey, Terry, how are you? Welcome, welcome. Try living in the now. Everything that happened to you happened in the past. Okay. I know that's hard. Like I said, and this is in a lot of my viewers can tell you, I always say baby steps. Baby steps. You'll figure it out if you're really willing to, move forward and everything. You will definitely figure it out. You know, like I said, try all different sorts of ways because one might not work. What works for me might not work for you. What works for you might not work for me. That's what being on our own path is all about. All right, where am I? All right. Another way of giving your power away or getting that confidence. You know how, I don't know if you've ever gone through this, but I've gone through it where I want to go. I go through this all the time, that there's a part of you that wants to express yourself, and there's another part of you that says, no, don't do it. I do it all the time, right? That's why I started with doing this. I started, because I talk to myself. I'm not going to lie. I talk to myself all the time, right? So, like, if I'm watching something and something excites me, I start my little, now that I figured out that Google Drive, I can translate through text to talk, I'll start talking to myself, but rambling on, kind of like taking notes and everything. That's helped me out a lot. But, um, I'm here to tell you that there is not a part of you, right, that wants to do this and a part that doesn't want you to do it. You have to figure out what is stopping you from doing it. Okay? To think of yourself as parts in conflict will create frustration and tiredness without you. You have to get down to the nitty gritty, and it's hard, but you have to get down to the nitty gritty of why you feel that way. What do you have? Shame and anxiety? Well, I'm going to tell you right now. Okay. shame and anxiety is a fear of being judged. It's one of the most likely it's a fear of being judged, right? So who are you being judged by, right? Who can judge you but yourself? If others judge you, the only way that you can feel the effect of their judgment is that you accept what they're saying is true. Okay? If somebody judges you and you sit there and take it all in, then you're accepting what they're saying, that it must be true. Don't do that. Don't do that. You have no reason to accept the judgment of anybody. If you feel the effects of judgment in your life, it's because you believe that you ought to be judged and that you're judging yourself. What you need to feel is the unconditional love within your heart that allows you to understand the following thing. If another person chooses to judge you, they are truly only judging themselves. It is their fear of themselves that is speaking. Okay? Exactly, Andy. The hardest part of anything like that is being 100% honest with yourself. Exactly. That's exactly it. Yeah, Terry, it's called a heist. It's just so people, if people get bored, they can play a game. I'm lucky. I have a huge group of people that, you know, that like I said, if you have a question, feel free to. This is a no judge zone. This is a you can ask whatever you want. If we have the answer, we'll definitely try to help. If we don't have the answer, I will definitely try to look it up and figure it out for you. It's a, my mods are so good when it comes to we don't diss each other. You know what I mean? We playfully banter each other, but we don't diss each other. We all understand that, you know, we all have questions. There's no stupid question. There's That's what this place is all about. It's a loving environment. Nicole says I talk to myself too, Missy. Sometimes I need intelligent conversation, right? But yeah, being honest with yourself is very, very hard. Andy's always judging you. Andy. So sometimes we have blockages, right? And responding, there's a difference between responding and reacting. So let's get into that. The blockages that you may be experiencing if you can't get past what you need to, right? Maybe simple as you be as assumptions, having assumptions against old beliefs, old habits about how you relate to yourself in the moment, what's what you're going through, and you need to learn to look at things in a different way and respond. Now pay attention, like I said, and this can apply for many of you. You need to learn the difference between responding to something and reacting to something. Response is positive and reaction is negative. You need to learn that responding to your reality, not react to your reality. Does that make sense, guys? Response is simply the willingness to believe that everything in your life happens for a reason and to approach it that way and give it that meaning. So everything you respond to, right? You're giving it meaning. Is it good or bad? Okay. Now, if somebody comes at you and you react, like going off on them, that's the reaction. That's negative. We don't want that. It's kind of like, how do I explain this? It's kind of like if somebody comes up to you and starts going after you on something, whatever it is, right? And it's kind of like killing them with kindness, right? Instead of reacting to them, and I say this all the time to streamers about trolls, don't react to them. Don't react to them because that's giving them power. You know, if somebody comes up to you and starts saying stuff or saying stuff in your stream, ignore it or respond to it with a, thanks for your information. I'm sorry you see it that way. And that's it. Don't put into, because response is more or less your thank you for your reaction. That's it. Reaction is putting out there your anger, your frustration, your whatever back at them. You're lashing back at them. Andy, you're something else. So when you act as if it is so, because when you react, you're reacting as what they're saying is true, right? Someone comes up to you and says, "You're an asshole," and you're like, "Well, you're whatever." You're reacting that you are an asshole, right? But if you respond with, "Okay, thank you," and walk away, first of all, they're usually dumbfounded. You know what I mean? So the idea is to learn to, if you respond to the situation, what you are putting out is the vibration that says, I trust that this situation belongs in my reality, but I'm the co creator of the situation, that I will learn the thing that will help me invest in the situation that I know. So, therefore, a positive reason I will act as such. So, when somebody does come on, that's the other half of it. If somebody does come and say, you're an asshole, why are you putting that in your reality? So, what makes you, keyword you, yourself, think that you're an asshole? Right? I know I'm explaining this like not so good. I'm so sorry. It's Cassie's fault. She had to share Chad's podcast, so I had to go in there. So I didn't go back to bed in time to get ready for the show. So when you respond to a situation, you're learning. So keep in mind. Well, that's true, Andy. Keep in mind of how you respond or react to things. Why things bother you. Why is what this person's saying bothering you? Because it shouldn't bother you. There's a reason there that it bothers you. And again, be 100% completely honest with yourself. Do you honestly think what they're saying is true? Because if you didn't think it was true, you wouldn't react to it. I'm shaking my whole thing. Spitfire, I understand that, okay? But if you ignore whether they cyberbully you or troll you, if you ignore it, they will go away. Believe me, done it all my life. Do you see trolls coming in here besides the bots? You can't. The bots are going to come no matter what. Do you see trolls ever in my chat room? No. One, because I have good mods. Two, I don't fuck with anybody. Right? See, I'm reacting. I'm doing the same thing I should. Damn it, Spitfire. No. Just ignore them. Okay? I don't know about you, but a long time ago when I was on a chat room and some hacker told me he was going to get into my shit, I said, go ahead because I ain't got shit for you to have. You want to try? Go for it because nothing's going to be put in my name because nobody's going to be, they're going to look at that credit score and go, don't think so. But I became good friends with the hacker. You know what I mean? It's that saying, you get more, what is it, more flies with honey than you do vinegar, right? If you ignore it, you ignore it. 3 years I've been on this freaking channel. Never had one drama thing, not one troll come in here and fuck with me because I don't fuck with anybody. Hey, memes of destruction. Exactly. Rule number 4 of the internet, do not feed the trolls. See? uh, who cleans up after the bots? Apparently Andy. Sorry guys, I'm just scrolling up to see if I missed any comments. That's true, Spitfire. He says we're all full of shit, Andy, until we sit on the toilet and let it out. There you go. Okay. That's true. Spitfire's right about that. Freaky is our friendly clown troll. 5 immortal words to live by. Fuck 'em, let it go. Fuck 'em, let him go. That's 5 words. Happy New Year to you too, memes. Hope all is well. So, all right, getting back to the story here. Not the story, but you know what I mean. Like I said, 4 a.m. is really too early for me. um, so, whereas if you react to a situation, you're saying, this has nothing to do with me. Why is this here now? I'm impatient to get it out of this. I don't understand why this is here. I'm afraid to look at it. I'm denying. This has anything to do with anything. I should have known all this in a particular moment. I just want to get away from it, get on with something else because I'm not dealing with this. Then you're not using your life. You're not living your life. You're not living the now, which is the only place it exists. If you don't live in the now, if you don't live in the only place you exist, you have no power to do anything. You have to be here, or you have to be where you are to exercise your power, because here and now is your point of power. You control your power. Okay? So someone comes at you, you can react and look at it as a negative situation and blow up, or respond, meaning that you accept what they're saying, not accept as in believing that you are that. Go, thank you for your input, and then go back and think about why that came into your world. Why is that coming up now? What's been going on that I'm having that come back to me? You really have to look inside of yourself. That's true, Andy. If Elon Musk has his way, we'll all have be implanted with chips in our brains, and we'll become bots. So we're going to be. So are we going to turn into the sex bots? Is that what it is, Andy? That's what it is, isn't it? I solved the bot problem. Exactly. Bear said it perfectly. Can't change people. We can only change how we deal with them. That's right. Because they're living their journey, right? They're doing their own thing. I'm first in line. No. And don't be afraid if you believe in God, if you believe in guides, your higher self, whatever. Do not be afraid to ask them for guidance. That's what they're there for. That's what your higher self's there for. That's what God's there for. We're all a part of God. I mean, that's a different situation, but um, don't be afraid to ask, throw it out there in the universe. Ask for help. Ask for guidance in past issues, to help with the past issues, of letting go of those past issues, your past beliefs, whatever. They're they're always around. You're always around. Like the other day, like when I'm reading cards, you guys have seen it many times. I get yelled at by my guides. Then I in turn got to yell at you guys because I'm getting yelled at by my guides. Well, my higher selves. But that's beside the point. You guys know how it is. I freaking thinking about doing something, and I, procrastinated, because Missy is the number one procrastinator in this world. I'm telling you now. And I'll get an email with just something stupid like "just do it," or what was it the other day? Me and Eddie, synchronicity. Me and Eddie were watching something on TV that had to talk about, I was questioning something, right? Watching this program, I'm like, doesn't that sound like what I'm going through? And he goes, yeah, 100%, right? And all of a sudden I get a notification on my tab here. I click on it. It says, you're here for a reason. It's like, all right. Okay, Bear, hurry back on. But you guys have seen it. You guys seen it firsthand, how my higher self, my guides, whatever you want to call them, work with me. You can have that too. And we all have the same thing. There's only labels. And what's labels made by? Man made, right? We make the labels. We make the labels for ourselves. We make the labels for other people. We're all the same. That's exactly memes. That's how I live my life. That's how I've always lived my life. That's why, like the other day, me and Nicole joking around, well, you doing research for something, and it could be not for this, it could be for UFO or the paranormal show or whatever, the cryptid show, doing research and go, oh, that looks familiar. So you put up another, you know, tab, and then you see something on that, and oh, that's cool. Let's see what that's about. And all of a sudden, you're on way on the other side of what you're looking up and researching, but yet you learn something in that aspect. It might have had to bring you around full circle. It's because we're too dense to see what we don't listen to everything we're told, right? We don't stop and smell those roses. We don't. It's because we're just too busy in our lives to hear those noises. But every once in a while, one will catch you, and then it'll bring you full circle to where you're supposed to be. That is true. That's right. Memes came in here because he saw us talking, heard about the trolls, and he's like, listen. And the thing with is you have to remember that you guys create your own worlds. You guys create it. There's no obstacles, no impediments, no barriers that stand in your way, except your old belief or your assumptions. It's what you have been taught to buy into. Find yourself what you believe, what you resonate with, not what somebody told you. I still have that. I'm not even freaking Christian. I was brought up Protestant, but I didn't go to church. Okay. My mom's friend was Christian, and I went to Christian church. You guys have heard the story before. I'm not religious. I never have been, right? But yet I still have, because it's so prominent in society, that fear of like God's going to strike me dead if I do it this way. No, he's not. He's not, you know. But that's something that I have to overcome. And I still, even though I've had no religion all my life, that's still stuck in my brain. Even though, even though I was always one that sits there and said, my God is not um mean or nasty or going to send me to hell. My God's a loving God and knows what's in my heart. I've always said that. But because of society, even in a household that wasn't religious, my kids were in a household that wasn't religious. Hopefully, they don't go through the same thing, but yeah, I still have fights with myself over that, you know? So we're all learning, we're all on a journey. But those obstacles and those beliefs are what keep you in that fear, basically. So, getting out of that fear, you're going to find life is so much worth, being here and having fun with. That's why people say follow your dreams. Follow your dreams, yes, but follow the excitement. The excitement. What makes you excited at this one moment in your life? This one moment, here and now. What's the excitement? If you had, my favorite question to ask people is if you had all the money in the world, what would you do? If you could do anything, because you didn't have worries, you didn't have, this or that holding you back, you just had everything that you need right in front of you and you could do anything, what would it be? Would you write? Would you paint? Would you do? If that excitement's writing, start writing. You will see things unfold. If painting's your thing, start painting. You will see it all snowball into the life that you want because that excitement is what gets it. Freaky geek. If my dreams fall over a cliff, I'm not falling. See, we're constructed to think that way, though, freaky geek. We're constructed to like, I can't do this because what if this happens? The what ifs. The what ifs. Screw the what ifs. Believe that you already have it. Meme says, I'm working on putting together my video on how I stumbled upon the best theory of everything video yet. Awesome. If I had all the money, forget the bill payments, fire the government, right? Right? But that's why they say follow your dreams, because it's that excitement, that positivity, when you're doing something you love, right? What are you doing? You're building that excitement, and that excitement is what pushes those positive vibes into your world. And that's the thing, we always worry about the outcome. Don't worry about the freaking outcome. Believe wholeheartedly that it's going to be there. Don't wish this or wish that. Believe that you already have it. See yourself with it. Visualize yourself with it. And you could say all you want that this is that new age woo woo shit. No, it's not new age. It's been around for fucking many years. It's new to, not to me. I mean, I've been studying it for a while now and I've been testing it. This is the thing, you guys. What I bring to the table to you guys is it's stuff that I've tested in my own life. You know what I mean? I don't like preaching about something that I don't know about because that's not who I am. Great, now I started an argument between Andy and Nicole. So, like I was saying, do not fear. When you expand by willing to meet more and more of yourself, your physical reality can do nothing but expand along with the new perspective. But you got to really truly believe it. You got 100%. Nicole is Andy's boss. We know that, Nicole. We know that you're. But also, Andy gives fluky cookies. Damn it. Couldn't even get that out. But yeah, 100%. You have to know in your heart. A lot of it is know that you're worthy of it. You're worthy. All of you are worthy of having the life that you want. And it's right there before you, but you can't see it. Thank you, Freaky Geek, for the ice cream. All right, let me go ahead and pull this one over. Oh no, I didn't want to do that. There we go. Yes, Nicole. I like how you said that, but sometimes patience is a good thing too, Andy. Like waiting that long for me to show up in your life. Yes, but you showed up in his life at the right time. That's just it. Remember, you exist. You are the I am. If you exist now, your existence is eternal. You have always existed, and you always will exist. You may change form, but you're existing always. So relax, right? Everything is here and now. Time and space are illusions, but your experiences within time and space are real. But there's only here and now in this moment, and this moment, and this moment, and this moment. Believe, yes, believe. Not only believe, but believe in yourself because you are worthy of it. You're worthy of everything that you desire. What you put back, or what you put out is what you get back. Those vibrations, right? The outside world, the people you interact with, they're all reflections of you, right? They're all reflections of, how do I say, the physical reality is actually like a holographic mirror. Your physical reality is a reflection of what you most strongly believe. You most strongly, I most strongly believe that there is snow and ice outside my window right now. Little things. And it's all one vibration. We'll come to that, Andy. So so I talked about these holographic mirrors, right? So each of these holograms contain the information for the entire hologram. And likewise, we are all interconnected. Kind of like when I told you about my near death experience, I felt that connectivity to everything. All my human instincts and worries were gone. How I saw, I mean, the little mundane things like how I saw what I saw, I don't know. Because I know I didn't have eyes, but I saw everything like I was looking through eyes. It's very weird. Yes, it is. It does. It is the Matrix. They're a freaky geek. Now it really confuse you, right? So the part contains the whole. Everything is truly just one totally interconnected thing. What you most strongly believe in is to be true. And like a mirror, physical reality will not change unless you change first. Change what you most strongly believe. Hey, Jesse James, how are you, hon? Welcome, welcome. So, again, like I said, act on your excitement, your passion, whatever is most exciting to you in the moment. Do this, that, do that in every moment that you can. And do this to the best of your ability. Take it as far as you can go until you find you can't take it any further. and make sure that your beliefs are not causing you to dampen your excitement ahead of the time. So if the holograms are part of the matrix, the parallelograms, others in the matrix who are into the parallel or paranormal. Yeah, I believe that's why we have our tribes, right? Because you're putting out that you want to learn more. And each of us have a different way of learning more. Like, what did I get drawn into when I was 16? I started on my path, right? What after that, what did I get drawn into? I got drawn into the paranormal. Then I got drawn into UFOs. Then I got drawn into cryptids and so on. So it like leads down your path. Then I shut it all down. Notice I shut it all down. And that's when, see, I'm learning something right now. That's when my life became shit. And that's when I tried to commit suicide, had my near death experience after I shut that all down. And I started believing lies that were being told to me about myself. Do you see what I mean? Does that make sense to you guys? So, getting back to this, act on your excitement and your passion with absolutely no assumption or expectation of the outcome, what the outcome should be. Very often, the ideal outcome will not be what you expect or intend. Your higher self knows the ideal outcome, but your physical mind cannot really know that in advance. Choose to remain on a positive state regardless of what happens. That's hard. We're trained to look for the negativity, right? If something undesirable happens, by remaining in a positive state, even then, you are able to gain some positive benefit from that situation. What happens? We go through something shitty in our lives. Do we not? It's like that saying, when things get shitty, when you hit rock bottom, that's when you start becoming more, if that makes sense. That's why I think when something comes into my life that's very, very shitty, I know something's on the horizon, something very, very big. See, but Nicole, you're thinking in duality. Don't think of duality. Think of all one. Yes, but I'll add to that memes. Memes said we cannot predict the future. Life is a game that must be played. That is the only way to figure out what the outcome will be. Yes, I agree with that wholeheartedly. But we can play the game to our advantage. So if you remain in a positive state, you can discover how it can serve you in a beneficial manner. Any circumstances is actually neutral with no built in meaning. You determine whether it has a positive or negative effect. Anything in this world. Someone can give you a gift. Again, look at what I said about giving before, right? And I still do today. So I'm learning. Before though, it would constantly be like, Here's a gift. Oh, why are you giving me a gift? What's in return that you know what I mean? What do I have to do in return? I looked at that as a negative response or a negative action, a negative part of my world. Where it is now, I'm getting better with gifts, where I don't feel that, oh, you gave me a gift. You don't, it was just a gift. Do you know what I'm saying? Yes, maximum truth and love. Negative situation needs to come on your path as well in order to see the positive crap in those tiny things others don't see anymore. What do you mean others don't see anymore? I'm confused about that. I'm sorry, hon. Like, what do you? I get what I think I get what you're saying, but I don't get the others don't see anymore. When you can't walk, crawl. Sometimes I do that literally. LOL with your vertigo. Yeah, but I crawl very elegant. There you go. People just don't see those tiny changes in life that matters. They can only see the money, the properties, the vacations. I get what you're saying, definitely. But they're also okay. Let me put it to you this way. Those people that have money, that have power, that have properties, vacations, all that sort of thing, right? I guarantee I can tell you how they got there because they didn't give a shit about anybody else, right? They didn't give a shit with about this person or that person. They cared about what they were focused on. It's the same way with us. We can do the same thing, right? That's why people say, "Oh, you're selfish when you're looking out for yourself." No, not really. I'm selfish to heal myself so I can give to other people. I just had a thought and I totally lost it. Oh, kind of how, like, look at how, as much as even if you love or hate Elon Musk, okay? Do you see what he does? He tries something. Whether he knows it, he tries it rather than thinking of it's going to fail or it's going to be good. He just does it. He comes up with an idea and does it, right? Not thinking that it's going to fail. Actually, he likes failure because then you learn from failure, right? So he just comes up with this idea, does it, and doesn't worry about the outcome. That's exactly how we need to be. Yeah, I did lose it ages ago, Andy. You're totally true there. Hey, Anton. Positive thinking is when the world stays the same, but you look in a positive side of it. Yeah. Who's a cougar in training? Indeed, there are times you have to be selfish in order to be selfless. Exactly. Oh, Nicole. Okay. I was like, she She just called you out, Andy, said you were way older than her. But anyway, do you see the notion there? Like I said, he just does things. I mean, the guy thought about flamethrowers and selling them. And you know what? They sold. He didn't care about the outcome. He just did it. Same with SpaceX. SpaceX was one failure away from not being lifted off the ground. One failure away of not being anything, right? But that last time it worked. So, I mean, he just, well, somebody says, we can't do that. He's like, yeah, we can. Well, just do it. And he does it. Now he's fucking rich. You know, love him or hate him. That's how we're supposed to live our life. Don't think of barriers. Think, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do this. Get excited about it. Make sure that's what's resonating in it. It's not just a fleeting moment. It's something you're excited about, want to be a part of, want to, see yourself doing, whatnot, right? Get excited about it. Say, I'm going to do this. And then don't stop and sit there and think about, oh, well, this could be in my way. This will be in my way. This will be. No, don't think about that shit. Just do it. I know I'm preaching to the choir, right? Because I don't do that. But it's stuff that I've done in the past that does work, right? I've tested it, tried and true. I'm still human, so it falls back. But the more I do things, the more it snowballs into bigger and better things. Because I stepped into my fear and keep stepping into my fear, it will snowball bigger and bigger and bigger. For the longest time, do you know when I started putting my true, like, all my episodes on Facebook under my own profile? Just last week. That's how more. Thank you so much for the lemons and the ice cream. I don't know who it was. I totally missed it. I'm sorry, because I wasn't there. But because I was worried about people that were friends and family, we're going to take it. Even though they know that I'm weird anyway. They grew up with me, right? Even though they know how I am, it was almost like I was still holding on to that fear. So last week I said, fuck it. And I've done it before to where I put it on my regular Facebook, right? But I've always gone in right before my show and took it off my Facebook. It might have been in my Shadows of the Moon page or the group, but it was never on my Facebook, my profile. Even though they know I had a YouTube channel and shit like that, they can go check it anytime just to still put it out there. But last week I took that step. Whether it goes anywhere, I don't know. I don't care. But I'm being true to myself. That's what I'm talking about. That it's very hard. Be true. And what Andy said, be 100% honest with yourself. I'm being true to myself. This is my truth. If people don't like it, I'm sorry about their luck. Sorry, my notifications are going off. Thank you, Cassie, for sharing out my video. Sorry, I missed that one for some reason. I don't know why that didn't pop up. So, yeah, be 100% truthful to yourself. It's tough. it's tough. You can get into places that you don't like in your mind. But once you figure it out and realize, and like I said, that's why I said in my past shows that astrology, knowing where your moon is, knowing where Venus is, knowing where Mars is, knowing where that little bit, you're like, oh, I did that last week. I was telling Andy and Nicole that the other day. I did that last week. I didn't even know I had a freaking dark moon in my chart until somebody mentioned it. And I'm like, Libra, dark moon, what? Went back and read what the dark moon was about, and it explained so fucking much that it's not even funny. So again, still learning. 48 years old. 48 years old. Been on my path since I was 16. Still learning about myself. Still learning about the world. Hey, Mittens. Hello, hon. Missed you. How are you? Good to see you. Very good to see you. Hello, Bigfoot Mountain. Oh, Nicole, TTBP. How are you? I said hi to you earlier, but probably didn't, you know. I missed you so much, girl. Nicole's creeping. TTVP Nicole, not the other Nicole. She be creeping. Hope all is well, you guys. Good to see you both. Good to see you guys. So yeah, like I said, know yourself 100%. It's hard. Like I said, it's hard. I'm not going to lie at all. But once find out about your stuff, you're going to be blown away. Like I said, still learning, still getting blown away. So, if you remain in that positive state, you can discover how it can serve you in a beneficial manner. Any circumstance is, hey, Carol, welcome, welcome. That's okay. You're allowed to lurk. I don't mind lurkers in my stream. You determine whether it's a positive or a negative effect based on the meaning that you project into that fundamentally neural situation. Constantly investigate your belief system and release and replace the unpreferred beliefs. Something that you believe today might change tomorrow. And you know what? That's all right. There's nothing wrong with that. A lot of times we hold ourselves, well, we can't do that. We can't change. It's okay to change. It's okay if something you believed in the past, wholeheartedly, right, changes. It's okay. We're allowed to do that. Give yourself permission to do that. A lot of times we give everybody else all the permissions in the world, right? And we don't give ourselves permissions. We don't say to ourselves, even if you have to state it out loud, I have no doubt. I give myself permission to believe this way. And I don't know about you, when little things like that, I do little things like that, I feel the weight comes off my shoulders. Just little things. Welcome back, Bear. Ron is your favorite lurker. He's my favorite lurker as well. One of them. So, yeah, give yourself permission to love yourself. And if you have changes, you're allowed to change. You are allowed to be whoever you want to be. Fuck what anybody else says. So, the fear based beliefs you might have and the beliefs you are not aligning with. And that's just the thing. See, like if you believe something and you're not aligning with it, or you get a red flag, or hell, you could get a red flag from what I'm talking about. The reason being, you're not aligned with this, which is okay too. Hey, Giggle Pickles, how are you, hon? Not me, not yet. Nope, I'm good still. So that's when you guys, when you do this and everything, and a lot of you can attest because we've talked about it before. When you start finding your true self, that's what activates the synchronicities in your life. You'll start coming to your tribe, the people that you've seen, that make sense to you. On things out in the world that you're like, I never noticed that before. Well, you know what? It's always been there. You just never noticed it, right? You'll see those synchronicities come into your life and be like, huh. And again, it'll start snowballing because you're like, oh, yeah. Aw, sweet bear. So that will be my positive word for self today. You have permission to love yourself. Definitely. Oh, did my bug come in? Yes, she did. Hello, my bugaboo. Sorry, that's probably embarrassing. Miss, for those who are new here, yes, Mr. Minkster was my son. Was no, he's still my son. Is my son Ryan, and Danielle's Den is my daughter Danielle. Obviously, sorry, I didn't mean to say bugaboo on here. But that's one thing I love about my kids. Like my son has always had the nickname Bub. Danielle's had my bugaboo. And and you see now Danielle, she's 14, okay? Don't don't criticize me for swearing on the stream. They've heard it all their lives. Um that's one thing about her and Ryan both, and I love it, is I'd call them by their nicknames and I'd be like, "Oh shoot, 15. Yes, I know, 15. Damn it. What? Yeah, I know she because you guys talk about age and I hate that you're growing up. So, but they don't care. They're like, I'm like, "Oh, I'm sorry." And they're like, "So what, ma? You call it that's what you call us." That's true, Carol. That's true. Advantages of wearing the same clothes 3 days in a row is you cut down on water bill. That's right. See? I know Nicole was right there with you when I said 15 when you wrote 15. See? They're all there to correct me. That's what I love about this group too, because if I spit some stuff that they're like, that's bullshit, Missy, they'll tell me. But anyway, my point is I have awesome kids. I'm lucky. I'm very lucky. Very grateful for my kids. They didn't grow up too weird with their mother that was a witch, that their father is Christian, their older sister is atheist. We've had some really weird dinner parties. No, but so yeah, I hope that some of the shit that I've talked today has made sense to you. Um Oh, thank you, Bear. So, I like I said, because I am so tired. It's all Cassie's fault. Yes, my kids turned out weird, and I love every minute of it. That's true, Danielle. No, Ma, look at this family. We're pretty weird. Yeah, that's true. That's right, freaky geek. If you trust me to confuse you some, right? So, the last thing I'll leave you guys with is just remember all things are the same one thing, vibrating at a different rate. How is that for messing with your mind? 444. It's all relevant, especially when the collection energy as of spirit messages for the week. Definitely. It's awesome. Weird is the awesome new normal. So, everything that is different in this room, right? It's all one thing, but it's just vibrating at different rates. Weird, right? Just like water, steam, and ice. They're all the same thing, vibrating at different frequencies. Likewise, matter and energy are the same substance, vibrating at different frequencies. That's right, normal is boring. You are so right, Len. All right, Freaky Geek, take care, hon. Are you going to be here for What If Wednesdays tomorrow? So how that differs is the highest frequency is the steam, right? It's the consciousness. Steam is like the consciousness, right? Medium frequencies is water or liquid. That's your spirit, the electromagnetic energy. And lower frequencies, like ice, is the matter. All things are spirit, vibrating at different frequencies. Matter is solidified energy. Matter is spirit energy, vibrating at a slower frequency. Your body is a solidified spirit or a crystallized spirit. Your spirit is not in your body. Your body is in your spirit. As you raise your vibrations, you become more spirit like, moving closer towards fluid like spirit, thereby making your reality creation malleable and easily changeable. So once you get into manifesting, you see it works, test it out. Visualize what you want, right? Don't visualize how it's going to come. Don't visualize, it could be anything, right? You could see a house on the hill that looks beautiful, and you're like, oh, I want that house. I'll never get it, right? That's what human ego thinks. I'll never get it. I can never afford that house, right? All of a sudden, you're going for a job interview, right? And so you decide, you know what? I'll stop at the Dunkin' Donuts and get a coffee and donuts, right? So you go in there and you see a friend that you haven't seen in a billion years. You're like, hey, how you doing? Blah, 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 blah. And they're like, what are you up to? And I'm like, oh, I got to do the job interview and stuff like that. And he's like, where are you living now? And he's like, the person you haven't seen in a while is like, oh, I live up on the hill. That house up on the hill. And you're like, oh, really? I love that. I love that house. It's beautiful. Right? He says, oh, really? Goes, I've been looking for somebody that'll take care of it for 3 years because I want to move over here. But yet I don't want to get rid of the house, so I want somebody to house sit for 3 years. What? Could happen just like that if you allow it to happen just like that. Exactly, mittens, exactly. Just like our past, present, and future are all running linear to each other in different dimensions. At the same time, it doesn't exist. The time doesn't exist. Yeah, I know it's a mind flip. It really is. But once you start testing it and start putting even little things, say you want something in the store that you can't afford, right? Picture yourself owning that item and you'll get it. As long as you 100% believe in your heart that you'll get it. And with that being said, I'm going to end because I need some sleep. But hopefully, no, seriously, on a serious note, though, I hope that I put it in enough words of me being awake um, that you understood what the hell I was talking about. I always get jumbly when I get on this subject just because I want to explain it so fluently. And that's one of my fuck ups is I'm the type that I want everything to be perfect so people can understand it. When I let myself go, I know I do better at it. But yet, my ego mind wants me to everything perfect. It's kind of like I tell you guys, and I preach it to you guys all the time, but I don't listen to my freaking self, right? Isn't that the way it goes? But it's kind of like what I tell you guys. I hunt and peck. Oh, I'm not really that bad. That's Eddie. But when on the keyboard, I can type fast if I really want to, but I can type even faster if I let go and get into that zone and not look at the keyboard. I don't have to look at the keyboard. But once I think about it, boom, I have to look at the keyboard because I screw up. It's kind of like manifestation. What was the analogy that I heard the other day? Oh, manifestation. You don't question riding a bike, right? How the hell can you stay up? Because you know balance, right? You know the balance. That's how you know how to ride a bike. But yet, as somebody just came in and seen, if they've never seen anybody ride a bike before, they're like, "How is that? I can't do that." Same thing. I mean, check my. Yep, tomorrow is Wednesday, Carol. Did you miss a day? Oh, your new name is Thompson, Danielle. You're still on Monday. Holy shit. Oh, I'm glad you decided to come in and visit us too, Len. Definitely. I hope you enjoyed it. I hoped all you guys enjoyed it. Positive visualization as if you already have it. Yep, and give grace for it. Yes, gratitude's a big part of it as well. Bear says, sometimes I would say your whole name, but as you can tell, I have a lisp, so certain words I can't say together. I try, but it's just, sometimes I'm just spoiled and I say, God, I want that. When poof, a week later it appears. Yes, just little things and that's why I say those baby steps, because if the more you test it out yourself, you'll see it's true. So the more you'll give do bigger. That's what I did, at least. You guys are amazing. You really are. Yes, tomorrow is What If Wednesdays, and I got a rabbit hole, as Cassie would say, to go down. Don't ask me what it is at the moment. I forgot. Oh, here we go. This is what we're talking about tomorrow. There are going to be more, but we're going to be talking about different types of aliens. Not the KGB book. We already discussed all that. But more in depth of different type of aliens, and a UFO crashes with an abductee person on board. That's going to be interesting. And there's going to be more stories than that. We're going to talk about the I'm going to have to Google translate to see what this word is, but I think it's the Voronezh UFO incident, what happened on September 1989. And of course, other encounters from you guys as well. Again, if you guys have a story, big or small, head on over to shadowsofthemoon.net/podcast. If you have a story that you want to tell and share online, you can either leave me a voicemail or a message, or you can head on over to shadowsofthemoon.net/forums and leave it there as well. Again, I will be putting the show notes in the show notes because I got lazy and didn't do it. And yeah, definitely, Bear. I love that you're here. Lynn as well. I'm glad Terry stopped in. Um, yeah. Wow, your bots or not bots. I mean, yeah, everythingshadows.net is not. That's old, Nicole. I think you realize that though. Mitten says, I think we all need to be more intentional rather just idling through our day. Yes, well, at least I do. Days seem to run into each other. That's so true. That's so true. I'm not going to lie, because every week we have one particular guest that stays on Wednesdays, and I always forget it's Wednesday until I go outside and see the truck. I'm like, oh, today's Wednesday. Welcome back, Danielle. I think he is. I think he is, Ron. I think he's hoarding the chest over there on D Live. If you guys are on D Live at all, I'm over there as under the same name, Shadows of the Moon, um, where I usually give Levens out, but the chest seems to be broken still. But with that being said, tomorrow again is What If Wednesdays. Come join the fun, come join the discussion. I want to hear your guys' thoughts on these things that we're going to be talking about. And yeah, Mittens, definitely. Leave a comment or whatnot, or come into the stream and let me know what you think where if you rewatch this. You don't have to, but I'm just saying if you do. All right, guys. You know how I am. If I don't end this, I'll be here forever. I love you guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Be safe. And you know the words. Say it with me. Find something today that makes you smile with your eyes. I love you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.